What I have for dinner here are Cornish game hens. These are from chicks that I raised on the farm, and they are so tender and tasty. So in this video, I'll show you the entire process of raising and cooking Cornish game hens. Now here's our 2 Cornish game hens, and they're each about the 2-pound mark, which is a perfect size to roast for my family. Now what is a Cornish game hen? It's basically a very young tender chicken. The breed is known as a Cornish Cross, and usually they're ready to butcher at around the 6-week mark, but not a Cornish game hen. I started with tiny chicks I bought from the feed store. We cared for them every day with fresh food and water. They had a heat lamp, they could move around, and they grew incredibly quickly. So at about 4 weeks old, I butchered some of them as Cornish game hens, and these are so tender. Now later, we did butcher some full-grown roosters of heritage breeds, and they were so tough, they were pretty much only good for chicken soup, but not these. Being so young, that meat is just extremely tender and flavorful. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roast these in the oven, but first, I'm gonna make a stuffing to go inside. Here's a loaf of bread I made. It's whole grain sourdough bread, and I'm gonna cut this up into smaller cubes and dry them in the oven to make breadcrumbs. This month I've been making a loaf of bread every 2 to 3 days. This should be enough breadcrumbs for both our Cornish game hens. I'm going to save this last piece for dinner. We'll eat that with honey and our chicken, but we're going to go ahead and dry these in the oven. We have our breadcrumbs on a baking sheet. We'll just put those in there and get them toasted up. Now, along with the breadcrumbs, we're going to add a few other things to our stuffing, and these all come from my yard and garden. This is the stem of a leek. All my onions in my garden are pretty much mushy, but the leeks are going strong. It's a slightly more mild flavor, and these are really good. Also, my garden still has some celery. Also some garlic. We'll do 2 cloves. And finally, an apple from my yard. It's still December, but this was still hanging on the tree, so we're going to use it. Our leeks, celery, garlic, and apples will go great in our stuffing with our breadcrumbs. Our breadcrumbs are now dry and ready to take out of the oven. Okay, we're just about ready to make our stuffing. Our breadcrumbs are very dry and crispy. Now normally you would add butter. I can't do butter because I don't have any dairy animals, but I do have this. This is duck fat that we rendered from roasting a duck, and it is creamy and good. So we're going to use this instead. I'm going to scoop off a big clump. We're going to melt that and mix it in with the breadcrumbs. Also, we have this. This is chicken stock, and I pressure canned it for meals just like this. We made this from the leftovers of roosters and garden scraps, and it is so useful and convenient. I'm going to go ahead and warm both of these up, and we'll start mixing. Okay, we're now ready to make our stuffing. First, we'll add our butter substitute, which is that melted duck fat. And just coat all those breadcrumbs with that oily goodness. Now I'm going to have my chicken broth that's heated up, and I'm going to do it small amounts at a time, just so I don't completely soak my breadcrumbs. I want them to rehydrate and soak in all that chicken broth. We'll just let that soak in. I'm also going to add all our other ingredients. Okay, we have our stuffing all ready to go. So we'll just start filling them up. Now I was told you're not supposed to really do this, especially with turkeys. It's hard to get the internal temperature right so that it's fully safe to eat. But these chickens are so much smaller, and I'm not going to pack it in there. It's still going to be pretty loose. Now I'm also going to flavor the skin with some sea salt. I'll just sprinkle that on the outside, on the front and back, and around the thighs, under the wings. I'm going to go ahead and tie them up. Our Cornish game hens are now stuffed and ready to go in the oven. We'll place them in there at 425 degrees, and we'll check it in about half an hour just to see where the temperature is. Now we also have plenty of extra stuffing, so I'm going to go ahead and bake that in the oven as well. So our Cornish game hens are done, and the breast is reading right at 165 degrees. The thigh is hotter. I'm gonna let these rest. We're gonna plate this up and enjoy a really nice Cornish game hen meal. Well, here's our finished Cornish game hens. They're fully rested, extremely juicy. I'm gonna carve these up and plate them and enjoy an amazing dinner. Look at just how moist and juicy that chicken is. Well, here's my dinner for day 14 of the Homegrown Food Challenge, and this is so tasty. We got Cornish game hen, homemade stuffing, fermented tomatoes, fermented apples, and fermented jalapenos, all from my garden. The stuffing's pretty funny. We recently had Thanksgiving at my sister-in-law's house, and I always grew up with stovetop stuffing from the box. I really enjoy it, but she refused to serve it because it contained high fructose corn syrup. But I guess this one would pass the test, all natural. Now, I filmed the usual ending where we're sitting around the dinner table with my family enjoying this meal, and it was delicious, but I did lose that footage. I don't know what happened to it, but the memory card just didn't record. So this was a great meal, enjoyed by all. Sorry I lost the footage, but hopefully you'll join me for the next video where I didn't lose the footage, and that is chicken heart kebabs, inspired by Brazilian cuisine. Thanks for watching.